When you hear Sister Cynthia speak, you can hear a hurt and a pain and a hatred towards Black men. We cannot find an effective solution to Black male-female relationship issues or the oppression of Black men or Black women when the people at the table having the conversation have negative emotional and pathological interest in the conversation.
That small snippet is Dr. Umar Johnson addressing some of the commentary that Cynthia G has stated negatively towards Black men. I'll get to that toward the end of the video. But while Dr. Umar Johnson and Cynthia G disagree on this particular subject that we've seen on Fox, so they both agree against Black men dating out in the interracial setting. They don't feel that it's necessary. They feel that it's worthless. Black men are doing themselves a disservice. And I actually want to prove my position onto what I'm saying by stating what they have said on previous podcasts and shows. First, I'll start with Dr. Umar Johnson.
But you said any Black man who marries a white woman will not get your respect.
Can I respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
And what I'm telling you is this. I don't care who you name. I don't care how much work you did for Black people. Your greatest commitment to Black people is being committed to a Black woman. It is still a contradiction. No matter how much you think you did for the struggle, if you really were concerned with Black people, you would have committed yourself to a Black woman. So it doesn't matter how successful they are. It doesn't matter how great you may claim them to be. At the end of the day, you didn't think enough about your own people to marry a woman who looks like you.
Now, we're going to go to Cynthia G.
Black men do not love Black women. And this is why there's no behavior that they engage in that they can point to that shows that they love you. Love is not just a feeling. It's an action as well. It's a verb. It's something that you do. It's something that you can observe. You can observe somebody engaging in behaviors that shows that they love someone. That's why there's something called the love language. What is this individual's love language? What does their partner need to do in order to show love? So you can observe love. If there's nothing that Black men can point to prove to you that they love you, then it is because they don't. And I think we know this because if we compare it to what they do to express and show love to women of no color or anyone who's not Black and possesses white skin, for the people who think there's all these different races out here, they will be able to provide those answers. And you wouldn't even need them to provide it because they make it so blatantly known that everyone can write a laundry list on the ways in which Black men show and express their love and so-called preference for women of no color, when in reality what Black men have is not a preference. When you say I'm excluding one and only interested in the other, that is not a preference. Preferences are not exclusionary. Preference means there's two things that you like, i.e. keyword, you like both of them, but one of them you like more than the other. So Black men do not have a preference. What they have is self-hatred. What they have is anti-Blackness. What they have is a disdain for the womb they came from, and they view somebody else's womb, the womb that also give birth to the men that they're constantly complaining about. They see more value in that than you. They do not have a preference, but I digress. So what you have here is Black men who like to manipulate Black women, who want to exploit Black women, who want to keep Black women on their side to exploit them, and them having invested interest in you not going to other groups of men. Because if you go to another group of men, who's going to mule for Black men? Who's going to advocate for Black men? They certainly aren't going to advocate for themselves. If you go over to men of no color and you're divested into their community, what happens to the Black community? What happens to the existence of Black men? So everything that Black men have, everything that Black men are interested in, for the most part, is tied directly to you as a Black woman. And if he loses you as a Black woman, he loses everything. Does that mean he loves you? No. It simply means he wants to exploit what he has always had available to him, which is a group of Black male worshiping Black women.
Although both of those circumstances are different, they're pretty much saying the same thing. They're saying that Black men have no real benefit from dating out. Even Cynthia G is saying that Black men have completely excluded Black women some of them for an alternative race, which is white women. That's why black men don't even have a preference. They want them. But see, Dr. Umar Johnson and Cynthia G are missing the point of why black men are even going to the interracial setting. See, that's what they miss it. See, you hear Dr. Umar Johnson addressing the misandry towards Cynthia G, even talked about how she's even said, you should abort black male fetuses. But now, here's the problem with both of them. If you feel that that attitude is something that a black man is going to put up with and still deal with you, my question is to both of you. Are you insane? See, when Dr. Umar Johnson and Cynthia G talk about black men dating out, they're leaving out one word: value. What value is it that black women feel they should give black men in order for black men to date them? They don't see any value. See, Dr. Umar and Cynthia G do not feel that black women need to give any value to black men in order to be a wife. You see, that's where the commentary where they both agree on. See, I'm in the pro-black Pan-African world, but I understand that for many black men, they feel that black women are not giving the value. That is the only sole reason why you see black men really dating out. Now, do you have some black men who like white women? For sure. Are there some black men who like women who are mulatto? For sure. Just like you have some black women who like guys who are tall. Just like you have some like black women who like guys who are light skinned. It goes both ways. But ultimately, what is the biggest decision maker between why black men date out and why they don't date out? It's value. Are black women giving value? Yes or no? And for the answer for many black men out there who are going opposite ways, be it passport bros, be it somewhere else in America, interracial, even in the African diaspora, is no. So Cynthia G, why is black men? Why are they preferring somebody white? Oh, is it because the black women don't want to compete? They don't want to provide and give them what they need? And when I'm talking about provide, I mean the services that a woman should give. So now when a black man goes to a white woman and he's getting said behaviors from her, there's a problem. Are black women owed that because they're black? Cynthia G? Are black women owed that because they're black? Dr. Umar Johnson? You see, if a black man comes to a black woman and he don't have no job, he don't have no car, he don't have a as you would say, a pot to piss in, what would you call him, Cynthia? You would call that man dusty. How dare you bring your dusty, broke self over here trying to get with a black woman? You don't have nothing to offer. See, a woman can tell you that in a heartbeat. Dr. Umar would tell you that, hey, don't you be trying to date our black queens and you don't have yourself together. But then in the same breath, if you're that black man who has yourself together and you're looking for something, you're looking for value, you're looking for women who can provide that value to you. And for whatever reason, because of the circumstances they come from, they may not be able to add that value, or you might not be able to find one in your vicinity. And you're so happily, or you just so happen to find a woman who's non-black who can offer you that value. Then they call you a sellout. So wait a minute, when I didn't have anything, I didn't have enough value. But because I have value now and I require the same value from this woman to be my wife, she doesn't want to give me the value, or I can't find it from that particular race, and then I go out and find it somewhere else, then there's a problem with me. So I should just marry her because she's black is what you're telling me. See, that's where the rubber meets the road. See, Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't require black women to have value, to give black men value. Cynthia G won't require black women to give black men value. You already feel that they're worthless, so why should these guys give you value? You don't want to be a wife for the men that you say you want. Don't even think about the men that you don't want, ladies who are complaining about black men. What about the ones you want? Do you give them value? That's the issue here. We're not even talking about the men that they don't want, because they don't even care about complaining about them, right? They're complaining about the men that they desire, and those men can't stay in the community. So why are they not staying in the community? Even with Dr. Umar Johnson, he's concerned with the black men who can make things happen. Your lawyer class, your doctor class, your entrepreneur class. Well, see, Dr. Umar Johnson, the problem is that the sisterhood is not going to come with the same value all the time that other ladies are going to come with. And see, stop looking at black men dating interracially because they want a white woman because she's white, instead of talking to black men and understand that the value may not be there. What about the femininity? What about the dedication to the relationship? What about knowing the roles? What about being a good partner? See, how many women are equipped with that from the community if they haven't even seen a man in the household? Y'all don't want to discuss those things. You make it so rudimentary, so elementary, so simple. But it doesn't work that way, okay? It doesn't work that way. The reality is that there is a lack of competition. And if you're not going to compete, that's what's going to happen. Guys are going to open up their options, open up their choices, and you're going to complain about them and be disingenuous about as to why they're doing it. And it's not white supremacy all the time. It's the behavior. It's not being competitive. Tell the whole story. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. Another episode here. I really appreciate you for all that you do. I'm out.